Sometimes you're like, wow, environment artists really, that stuff doesn't happen in real life.
I think we're live. Should I do like an intro? Holy shit.
Do you want to know companies other than Ubisoft where visual artists can try to get a job at?
We can connect later.
Yeah, like because I'm live right now, we don't want to be talking about that right now. Don't want everyone to know secrets, the industry secrets. Should I do the intro?
Yeah, you're live.
And we're live from what?
New Media Manitoba.
No, wait.
From
No. And we're live from sunny Winnipeg, the stabbing capital of Canada, located in a brand new office of New Media Manitoba. We're streaming some Zbrush, and I'm your host, Alexei Shalchenko. I did ASMR just now. I don't know if audio actually is working. Somebody needs to check the audio.
I'll just play.
If not, that was all just for us.
Well, yeah.
I
I mean, that's all it really is. All right.
Who knows? I don't know who. I'll moderate.
I'm just gonna adjust my things here.
I'll let everything happen. I'll leave that moderator.
Oh, and I need to.
Oh, it's working. Your audio is
Do I sound great? Oh, I forgot. Crap.
I think this is easier.
Let me find my UI settings file, because I brought my UI from home.
You're live now?
Oh yeah, I've been live for the last 5 minutes or so. So yeah, today I'm just gonna sketch some spaceships in Zbrush. And the idea was to show some of the new tools that Zbrush added recently and how you can just sort of concept idea lazily using Zbrush. And maybe you can use that sketch as a starting point for a production model or something that you can just draw over if you're more into concept art or illustration. It helps to have a 3D object as a base. And yeah, basically you can use these tools that I'm going to be showing not just for spaceships, but anything that you can imagine, you can sculpt. And we're going to make some happy accidents, and it's going to be great. And I'm stalling this stream because I'm trying to find my ZBrush settings. That's why I'm talking about happy accidents and stuff. Make available offline. That's the one I want. ZBrush UI is a very modular beast. You can it's basically build your own UI type of a system. So you can customize ZBrush in any way you want. And if you are not using a custom UI, you really should, because it really helps with productivity, being able to have all your tools where you want them to be. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and load preferences, config. My laptop is not really performing that great lately. I'm seeing a lot of lag. All right, so here's my custom UI. You just have a sphere here. Let's Dynamesh it. So it's the Dynamesh geometry, and you can just move forms around and then control drag to refresh and kind of commit to that shape. So what I really like to use early on is just like a big move brush. You can get rid of the focal shift, and also let's unify this piece of geometry. So deformation unify, just so it's a little bit smaller. And now we can move things around in a very hard surface manner. And if I do control drag, we can dynamesh it. You can see my symmetry sort of broke a bit. That happens a lot. You can always just mirror and weld, which is located under, I believe, geometry, modify topology. So in the past, before Dynamesh and before Sculptress, it was very hard to do things like this, because geometry would, like, you're limited by the topology of the mesh you had. But now it's gotten quite good. Not quite good as using voxels in something like 3D Code or what's the other one? What's the VR sketching? Forgot. The medium. And Dynamesh is relatively stable. There are a few tools that tend to crash ZBrush, at least for me, but for the most part, Dynamesh is good. And by the way, we are streaming from a live in-person CG artists hangout that we recently started here in Winnipeg, called SaveSpace. So there are people in here, they're coming in. The event just starting now. So one of the tools that I like to use a lot is the clip brush. And what it does, it flattens that geometry, which creates sort of nasty artifacts here. But if I control drag to remesh, most of them seem to go away, which is nice. One thing that's been a bane of my existence since Dynamesh got introduced is like these kind of faces that are super flat, adjacent geometry. It was really hard to get rid of. You would have to use like selection to hide it, you know, which is annoying. But now you can just use Sculpt trace mode to just smooth it all away, which is sort of nice. The only hard surface curves brushes that are really unstable for me and that tend to crash the system are the new knife tools. So if I grab a knife curve, you can see knife fills the hole with a nice grid, but this thing can crash your ZBrush like no other tool. So far so good, but it can get pretty bad. So I'm gonna try to avoid it so I don't interrupt the stream. Clip tool it is. And to the fellas in the room here, if you have any ZBrush questions, let me know, guys. If you want me to tell you what ZBrush is and you never heard of it, don't hesitate to ask. So I'm just kind of, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing here because I'm focusing mostly on the stream and the shit that I'm saying. Because I'm not a streamer as of lately. It's my first stream in quite some time. But at some point I'm gonna start to think about the design. My Dynamesh got turned off for some reason. And I'm known for some crazy camera spins when I'm doing 3D. I spin my camera all the time. Let me drink some water here. Hey guys. This is probably our biggest event so far, right? Good stuff. So It's nice to look at the silhouette of the shape.
Your first name starts with Z?
Andrew,
And what's your last name start with?
Kim. Hello?
Another tool I use a lot is the masking
62 Albert Street.
with transform. Alt click on this little icon to center the unmasked part, and this way you can move things around like this, which is super cool. I'm kind of thinking like, I think it's Alien, the first Alien, the spaceship was there, that was in that movie, had this sort of a weird snout neck shape. And then we can remesh and use clip. And let's turn off polyframe so I can see the shape. Hopes to have a nice matte cap when doing stuff like that, especially hard surface designs. Because you want to look at the highlights of the form that you're creating. So I'm still trying to figure out the overall shape. There's no plan for this.
Pardon?
Do you go to school?
Online college.
I'm gonna check if the audio, the background audio is distracting.
Probably confused with someone else.
Maybe.
Shouldn't be too bad. I'll move the mic closer to me.
No, I'm a digital director.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether the background noise would be interrupting or not, so I'm just moving the mic closer to me so I can overpower it. I think that's the good solution. This is our first stream in-house, so it's I don't know how well it's gonna work out. I guess we'll find out at the end of the day.
You can move it elsewhere next time.
Yeah, or like even if I just had a headset with a mic, I could like whisper right into it. As long as it's not like annoying for everyone else in the room. So Move Infinite, amazing brush. Use it, love it, cherish it, because it moves things infinitely. As you can get that from the name. Oh shit, that was the cockpit. I wasn't supposed to modify this one. Although, if I move this out like this, look, a happy accident. I told you there's gonna be happy accidents, and I delivered. Accidents it is. It's very fun to just explore shapes like this, and I can disable or like get rid of the focal shift and just add a curvature, because you're not limited to just mechanical designs. You can make things on a curve, you know. And breaking a straight edge is very important when you're trying to make a fun sci-fi shape. And sometimes there's holes, you know. Holes happen. You can just redynamesh and it will fix it for you. Just making sure I'm not in a perspective mode, because when you're using Move Infinite and you're not in a perspective mode, it's and you're not in the orthographic mode, you can grab more than you need. Oops. I like using focal shift to like the minimum, especially with like a mask tool, something like a mask tool, and this way you can draw very precise, like a hard border mask. But I go further. I don't want pen pressure when I'm using ZBrush, so I actually disable use tablet, which is in ZBrush preferences, and this way if I want a sharp mask like this, I get a sharp mask without having to worry about anything. And masking is extremely powerful for when creating designs, any design or any, like just for sculpting, if you like, masking is a key. Yeah, sort of looks messy, but the whole point of this exercise is just to have fun. You know, I've like during my entire career, all I ever was concerned about is delivering production proper UVs, proper topology type of models. But then, if you're so concerned about it for years, you forget how to have fun, and then you start feeling sad on the inside. And to avoid that, we just make happy accidents and make some fun spaceships. That's a weird shape. When making a concept, it's important to think about the purpose of it, unless you're just having fun. But even when you're having fun, you know how everyone is saying, like, use references and all of that shit. And using references is important when you're working for a client and you want to deliver within certain style or certain subject matter. You want your work to be precise, but when you just want to have fun and sort of pull from your own imagination, like I typically, like, the first 2 hours when I'm sketching something, I don't use reference because I just want to do weird shit that only I can do and nobody else, because it's coming from my weird subconscious self. And then you can always add look at others' work and use references to make it more believable or whatever. This is the weirdest spaceship. It looks like more like a space train, but I'm just gonna embrace it and go with it. Let's give it some wings or some shit. So I like to mask out and just use move brush, and with this move gizmo you can alt click on a surface to pick its normal. You can also alt click this thing to go to the center, and then you can just extract. And then we can make it a wing or some shit. And I'm like,
Mark, is it the password on the thing there?
For the and then private one, yeah.
Oh, is that the one I need to use? Is that the one I need to use? The Wi-Fi?
For now, yeah. The other one's a little too slow and I haven't adjusted it yet.
let's dynamish it. So mask lasso is a fantastic tool because you can just, basically the same way you would use lasso tool in Photoshop, you can mask something like this, and you can also unmask. And I was able to precisely pick just this part, pressing Control W on the keyboard, and this creates a new polygroup. And if you click Control Shift click on a new polygroup, you can make a fancy menu like I have here, and I do split hidden, and now I have two objects that I can switch between. And and that's life changing. Oops. So now I can dynamesh this again to close holes. And let's work on the wing design. This is like a super ugly spaceship too. I'm not impressed with myself. I was thinking it could be cool to have some sort of a weird shape like this. I don't even know what this is for, but this is kind of cool. Oh, and we can attach two things, one here and one here. So let's take this main part, duplicate it. I'll disable symmetry and just sort of get this in place here. And we're gonna rotate it or some shit. This is gonna be an interesting one. When you're designing, even in 2D, it's fun to reuse parts of your own design and just sort of distort it and put it elsewhere. So this is cool. Let's do mirror and weld. Bam. If you have local symmetry enabled and you'll do mirror and weld, it will do this, which is also fun. It's great to have fun. Okay, and then we'll do something like this now. Oh, kind of cool. And it uses the same design language as the rest of the ship, so same weirdness. So disable local symmetry and do mirror and weld. Bam. So you can see very quickly we have some sort of a resemblance of a craft or something. And if you're a 2D artist and you just want like a base for a complex 3D object, look at how gorgeous this is. You can just take a screenshot and take it to Photoshop and go to town. I should check on like YouTube stats or something. Maybe there's comments. I doubt anyone is watching, but where's that? There you go. 3 likes. That's good. Casey, oh, my buddy Casey messaged, and then his message got retracted. I don't know what that means. I'm not a YouTuber, but well, I used to. This channel that I'm streaming on, I started it I think 5 years ago. I was doing some Gumroad Unreal Engine training, and I'm planning on getting back into streaming and just sharing more with community because I have more availability now. All right, so let's make this turd something more fun. Clay build-up, maybe. The lag is terrible. Oh, also, so when you already have a dynameshed mesh and you have the sculptress mode enabled, especially with something like trim dynamic, it's gonna slow the hell out of your system, so I prefer to turn that off and only enable it when I need it. You can sculpt in clay, dude. That's a clay station.
PlayStation.
Yeah, it's the only local event that provides you with a clay station. It's called Claybox. It's a trademark thing. You can go in and you can sculpt in monster clay. And at the end of the night, if you wish, I'll 3D scan the thing for you, and you can keep it on your digital drive in an OBJ format and BMP textures. That's my marketing spiel.
Problem.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't even.
Problem.
Hmm?
I suck at clay.
Well, the only way to get better at clay is to clay. Make some happy accidents.
PlayStation every week, and then pretty soon
Yeah. Clay station.
play.
You know, like the PlayStation, but clay station. You guys get it?
Hey,
Yeah.
you have Julie.
That's
Julie
pretty
can
fun.
make the little
There
little
you go.
handle.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be a team effort. We got the microphone, and we're gonna need.
Fine,
On
I'll
the count
contribute
of
the
three,
logo. I
yes.
can contribute the logo.
Okay, so now that I have like this sort of a ugly blob, let's carve out something nice out of it. And like standard brush is great for this kind of a very, what's the word I'm just looking for? Very bold kind of design sketching. Basically, it's the same as if you did it in Photoshop, but I'm applying it to 3D object, and I'm just going in and I'm creating some rough shapes. It doesn't have to be anything, like it doesn't have to be clean, it doesn't have to be precise, because all, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that you shouldn't treat your ZBrush clay when you're sketching like this as something overly precious, because you can always just grab a trim dynamic and just sort of get rid of something that you don't want, right? And in the process, when you're going to be making accidents, you're going to create new planes in geometry, and you're going to come up with shapes that you didn't even think about. Layer is another fantastic brush for just sort of, like, I use it a lot for, like, to create an illusion of detail. Like if you're trying to greeble something, like I see this shape, so I can quickly go in and do like this kind of stacking, smooth something, maybe here just build something up quickly, adjust the detail. Here we're gonna reduce that for fun, because that's a fun shape. Maybe in here is gonna be our driver's seat. Our drivers are gonna be looking through these windshields here. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a space truck from a fantastic movie of 1995, Space Truckers, with Dennis Hopper and Steven Dorff. Fuck, I remembered his name. I'm proud of myself. Amazing movie. Go watch it on Amazon Prime. And thank me later. You guys ever think of Amazon Prime as like this graveyard where great movies go when they die? Because there's a lot of fantastic movies, but it's the shit that you've seen so many times you're never gonna watch it again. But it's just it just sits there, and it warms my heart that it's there. Because all of the new stuff is complete crap, but the old stuff, that's
where the good stuff is.
that's yeah. So it's fun. Like you can do like you can mask like a shape like this, and then just do a clip and match it. And if you press and hold spacebar, you can reposition this curve. And look at that. That's pretty cool, eh? Super cool. Another thing. So if I do lasso select, it goes through. But if I do if I hold it and enable backface masking, which is located, I don't remember where, ask it in the comments and I'll let you know where it is. You can, oh, never mind, it doesn't freaking work with backface masking. Thanks, Maxon.
How much does a laptop cost? I got this from clearance.
It was like
And we're giving this spaceship a mouth.
I could ask others, but I don't
Burp,
want to
burp.
interrupt his streaming.
Meow, meow.
Since it was $3,000 on this laptop, you probably don't need to go that hard.
I know giving spaceship a mouth is kind of dumb, but I kind of love it.
What are you looking to do? What are you looking for artistry? Are you looking to create?
Digital illustration,
What sort of programs do you use?
You don't need that much. right?
Paint Tool, Sign, and Adobe Photoshop.
You can go pretty cheap if you're just looking to do 2D stuff. Yeah, unless you're going like super duper ham with the layers in Photoshop.
And you can see there's a little bit of an issue there, but
you're-
that's fine.
You can get
We'll mesh it out.
probably something for around like $1,000 or maybe less.
Yeah, that's still too much.
That's what so much computers cost, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
If only I still had my own job, I probably would have bought one by now, but I got laid off.
Where were you working?
I was a V10 for Encore Global. They have a head office at RBC Convention Center.
Okay.
Another beauty of this Move Infinite is that you can do shit like this.
One day all of a sudden they call me, it sells through and let me go.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, unfortunately, but that doesn't mean, obviously, it's not the end of the road. I'm sure you have an experience that you gained from that opportunity that you can use elsewhere. I would imagine, at least. And then when it comes to a laptop, you can always start somewhere. You don't always need to get the most fancy or expensive thing. Like the fact that you're using your phone is great, and you're not, you're not using a lack of a laptop as a reason not to create art. There you are on your phone, which is like, I mean, that honestly goes a long way. The fact that you're committed enough to use your phone.
You can probably buy a desktop that's cheaper, like build something around $600 or like $700 that is gonna be able to
Well, and again, you can, I always put up all my works in the Discord server, so you can see my latest works there, or check out my DVR.
What's your
Sysys8993.
Oh, what's up? How are you? How are you? God, I knew it.
Oh, now you recognize me?
Well, I recognize you.
I've never seen your face before.
Rhymes with Pisces.
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's nice to actually like see you in person. Yeah, as soon as you said Discord,
Yep,
I was like, oh,
It's
you're
me in the
probably-
flesh.
Yeah. That's sweet. Yeah, it's funny.
So what else I can do here is I'll duplicate this entire shebang. Shebang is a strange word. And we can do
Well,
mirror.
at least you never saw me in person until today.
So many people who have joined the Discord or like interacted through the Discord since COVID that a lot that I recommend.
And I'll just use select lasso to hide parts that I don't want. Just trying to see if I can build something interesting here. Yeah, so this way it's a little bit more symmetrical. What if it was more like this?
Struggling to find a job.
What kind of work are you looking for?
Mainly audio related. I'm attending music college online. I'm actually gonna graduate by the end of this year.
Good. Where are you looking? Where are you looking for opportunities?
Yeah, what kind of audio work is that big? Yeah.
Just anytime really, like
I like to use up arrow and down arrow to switch between subtools.
Jobs in other cities like Toronto and Los Angeles.
Let's merge down.
Actually, the ideal Los Angeles is
Oh.
the city I want to relocate to the most. That's my ideal city.
Why is that?
They
We're
got a
gonna
lot of
delete hidden here.
well, they got a lot more opportunities for audio related jobs there.
Crap, merged wrong thing. Happens all the time.
Winters don't get like Arctic cold such as here.
Yeah, you gotta embrace it, man. You gotta embrace it. That's part of politically life.
Well, mainly
Hell yeah, Winnipeg life.
LA has the
Embrace the cold.
I think LA
And the
is by far
stabbings.
one of the highest, biggest markets for
I
audio
would say don't embrace them.
job market.
Don't
Yeah.
embrace the stabbers.
Nope.
That's how you get
Biggest audio
stabbed.
job markets.
Maybe if they had an embrace more often, they wouldn't stab as much.
True.
They just want a hug. They misunderstood.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's more for
When you get a funny thing like this, just enable sculptures and smooth the boo boo away.
But I get why you'd say that.
I
Uh,
don't know what the biggest industry is, but I
smoothing the boo boo away.
art or visual arts and audio.
I mean, if you create an opportunity for yourself, I guess you could.
And let's mirror and weld. Always mirror and weld.
I think Winnipeg is kind of known for being a like arts hub.
This thing.
Yeah, I don't know about audio engineering at least, but like there's a lot of music.
Yeah.
Music
Mirror and weld on y-axis. Yeah, okay, whatever. Mm. Ooh, that's an interesting. Decisions.
Well, now that you mention it, I am volunteering for the radio station in U of M.
Wee. Let's disable that.
Volunteer work goes a long ways more.
I'll rather use mirror.
Probably realize.
Oh yeah, I think the best thing about it breaks the paradox of having to get experience to work.
Just so this is pointed at me, so like it kind of looks like it's pointed at you. That's fine.
Yeah, connections can be built that way, especially like, yeah, it's, yeah, there's a lot of competition for those types of work, these types of jobs even in big cities, like Toronto or LA. But, I certainly want studios and what can go on there compared to teachers that, they go to things where they want to do it all the time, and
I'm using this device called Tourbox, which is a screen, a key, hotkey thing, I guess. What is
I've
it?
heard about those.
Yeah, it's basically it's got like, and this is not an ad. I'm not sponsored. So
Hashtag not sponsored.
hashtag not sponsored. So it's got like dials, it's got little things, and you can press onto it. But because I don't like, I'm so used to the keyboard, like the muscle memory is not there. So every once in a while, I'm like, huh? No. Oh,
Yeah.
is it this? No. It's like, I'm trying to crack a safe. Stupid.
Oh, now is it? Yeah.
Well, employment-wise, the audio industry is my best bet, but actually, I think.
No, this is kinda weird. Let's split hidden.
Try 2D animation and games.
And we're gonna close holes.
Nothing, I wouldn't worry
So the
about
balance here
something
is
like
make sure not to have too many just separate pieces, because I wanna have a freedom of just like sort of going in and modifying. And you'll be like everyone is different, but here I have 3 pieces, and I'm already starting to feel like I have too many things that I need to control. And then another issue is I destroyed a symmetry here. So if I grab, actually I didn't. Well, no, I did, because when I move this thing around, this thing is not being affected, even though it's symmetrical. So there's a really cool hack that I can show you that I learned from Pavlovich, Michael Pavlovich, the zebra. Yeah, ooh, Michael Pavlovich. If you're watching, there's fans in the room. There was like this, ooh, Michael Pavlovich. Yeah, he's great. Fantastic fella. Like, can you believe how many like hours he spends just making free ZBrush content? It's incredible. Shout out to Pavlovich. Moving on. So if I, are you making a joke? Are you being funny? Oh, I didn't hear you. You gotta be loud. I'm deaf. Okay, so I have a thing. And if I enable symmetry on X and enable local symmetry. What? What? Okay, let's split this part. Okay, so now when it's split, if I enable X and local symmetry is on, I'm able to modify it symmetrically. And I'm gonna go to, because we want it on the other side, right? So I'm gonna go to building up the suspense. I'm gonna enable array mesh, and I'll do, fuck, where's the button? There was a button. Switching. One sec. Oh yeah, X mirror. And then I'm gonna go to move, and I'm gonna enable transpose.
Right now, I just might as well just keep job hunting on for the best.
And we're gonna move this guy. If I can remember how to move. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm using the setup I'm not used to. So we're just gonna offset this guy here. Close enough. You can be more precise, but for this kind of sketch stuff, it doesn't matter. And now I'm gonna quick save because my machine is dying. If I use Stream Dynamic, for example, and I use it on this side, and make sure to disable the Sculptress because it's eating away the performance, you'll see my stuff is getting mirrored on the other side, which is life-changing. I grew up in the world that didn't have proper symmetry, and now having symmetry, it's amazing. And you can disable it to save on performance too. So play build up for quick build up form. It's a little bit too aggressive for my liking, so tone it down. And you can also, depending on your density of your mesh, smoothing can be very, very painful. So what you can do, and on this machine I don't have it in my startup file, startup folder. You can go to Lightbox, go to Brushes, go to the Smooth, and if you know Alphabet like I do, I hope you know Alphabet better than I do, find Smooth Stronger. And this brush is great because it just smoothes everything, even if it's super dense. Whee! Yeah, array mesh slows things down quite a bit, so you can disable that. Let's grab clip.
Not really. Not quite. I don't think I have anything interesting to share.
You don't have to.
It's not what that's about. It's about community.
Yeah, you don't have to. Your grandmother could come in. It would make no difference. It's not a. Yeah. You have an interest in. I mean, to me, you have some interest in kind of what's happening in the community. So
TD.
Hmm.
And the overall design of this thing starts to become very, very
Same time with
muddy. There's just too many
something like
form changes,
that,
so
of course.
something like trim dynamic would help.
I think I'm gonna live stream it too, so that's actually what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Let me know if our voices collapse and cause disturbance in the force. Trim dynamic, just classic, the most classic brush. It's not perfect, but it's such a classic, just old school trimming experience. It trims dynamically. Whoa, that's a super cool shape I just made. Guys, I made a cool shape. I made a cool shape. I did it. Oh no,
Oh, it was weird. That now we saw it.
yeah, see.
We got to watch it happen in real time.
Oh right, you can match me with like a little me, with a mini me.
There's your Very nice. What is that thing on the, is that a stream you're putting on there? Is that what that is?
I'm doing ZBrush here, and it goes up to a cloud, and then the cloud is streaming it on a screen.
What
It-
platform are you streaming?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube.
Exercise
How long have I been doing this? Cause I mean, I can probably wrap up in the next 15 minutes, cause people are tired of hearing my voice here.
Mark, you can't say that like you're being sarcastic.
Oh, but I can if I was.
Mm. Well, it's in my best interest to keep these streams nice and short, so my OnlyFans subscribers can pay for more.
For the extra hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same. I'm just naked while I'm doing it.
Alex.
What?
You say the stream is, like, could you say that the stream is more for you than for your audience in terms of like encouraging you to, I don't know how to say this, like, externalize your thoughts or whatever? Or is this purely like, streaming is like an entertainment thing for you?
I have well, not for me. I'm hoping that me showing the process of doing something like this would like answer some people's questions. But this is our first stream, so I don't know how many people in here are actually interested in ZBrush, right? So we're gonna change it up and like try doing. Look, there's a ZBrusher in the audience. There's a Z.
And making rocks.
Oh, dude, we're gonna need a rock stream. We're just rock and roll all night. No, till 8. We'll rock and roll till 8. But yeah, like I haven't really thought of it that much, whether it's for the audience or for YouTube or for my own personal ego. Right now, it's a little bit of everything. Do you think it's a good idea to do streams like this?
I was posing it more of a question. I just thought maybe it would be, doing a stream would be, in my perspective, useful for me for myself, more so than for the audience I'm streaming to. In terms of like encouraging me to be disciplined or to practice new things or to even social skills in terms of communicating and stuff like that.
So I'm a really bad person to. I'm a really bad person. I'm a really bad person to talk about how streaming can and can't affect your life, because this is my first stream in probably several years. But I definitely noticed that, in the past when I was doing like GameDev on streams, that was a lot of fun, and it like just knowing that you gotta go and you gotta do the thing
Why was it fun?
Because you get to interact with others, with strangers, and you get to just share your most intimate workflows of how you do your shapes in ZBrush. Tell it to strangers, and it's they support you or they tell you that you suck, and it's great.
I would like to share something with everyone. My computer. Everyone, look at this wonderful. Hey. For context, June made it. I just really
wait.
fucking love it.
I've seen that before on Discord chat.
Have you?
In the Fake Jam Discord.
Oh, the art.
I have seen it.
I didn't share that. You might have seen the original art that this is based on.
Oh yeah. I really love this, like a lot. Yes. So I made my desktop, and I barely ever change my desktop.
It's not done yet. But it's
So I've done like a million of sculpts like this. Well, not a million, but quite a few, where you just explore some shapes, and at the end of the day, if it's not good enough, you just throw it out, or or you keep working on it and refining it. Like, we're gonna keep this, like, I'm not gonna go in and detail the entire thing, so this is more about showing the process and hopefully getting your creative juices flowing. I'm talking about juices, guys. It's that time of the night. It's juice talk. It's only 7. I go to bed at 8. Okay, let's do Z. Oh yeah, no, wrong axis.
I can't go to bed until I get a Magic Valorant for like an hour.
Transform. I just want to cut this stream short so I can go play with ClayStation. ClayStation. I need to grab some like PlayStation slogans and redo it into ClayStation slogans. That'll be PlayStation. Clayness awaits.
Oh yeah, it kind of it's nice to just you don't have
This is kind of cool.
For many reasons, it would be.
You know what I'm talking about?
And I can probably do another stream where I take some of these and just sort of clean them up and turn them into something real. But I don't want to. No, I want to. Ooh, that's cool. It's a weird space rocket, dude. I don't know who dude is. I just said dude. I guess I'm talking to myself. I guess that's why
I didn't realize some of these.
I'm just rambling. I'm just gonna shut up.
Well, no, because
Rambling is fun.
like right next to it was.
No, you found me some rambling.
You're not rambling. I'm rambling.
I was just curious to see the lineup for that reason.
This is kind of cool. Like, I like how this little thing sort of protrudes, goes into the shape. What I don't like is that the symmetry is broken entirely. So I'll go and do mirror and weld on X and Y. Okay, so what the problem here is, ZBrush mirrors from left to right. So we want to inverse this, because when I do mirror, it mirrors the wrong part, or wrong side. So I'm gonna mirror, but not on X. We're gonna mirror on Y, and then I'm gonna do mirror and weld. Now it's perfect. And then we'll mirror it again.
I didn't go. Did you go to the last one?
And like all of this like manipulation and mirroring. Like it created some cool free details for us. This is dope. Some dope stuff.
Oh,
Draw. Let's smooth out some of these weird things. So smoothing sort of tends to destroy the form quite a bit. You can do alternative smoothing where you press shift to smooth and then you hold alt and release shift. And you can see this tries to maintain the form. It's a little bit slower, but it basically is a relax. But in this case, because I just want to get rid of these artifacts, I can just use trim dynamic. And trim dynamic is fantastic. It's classic brush. Classic brush. Top notch pixels. I know what that means. So, like, I like this little thing. Let's exaggerate it. Let's make it like big. Press and space to reposition the masking thingy. So now what we can do? So what we can do is we can deselect the center, but I don't want. I want happy accidents. I'm here for happy accidents, and if they're not happy, then they're just accidents. Wow, that's a good one. I don't know. I think this is an accident. Looks like crap. Yeah, let's do this. Let's shift constrain. I need a new laptop. This one is slow, or maybe it's just Windows 11. Hey, I like Windows 11. Call me crazy, but Windows 11. Are you grouchy?
Me?
Yeah. Sounded like you're not happy.
Sometimes I have problems expressing emotions.
What emotions? I don't have emotions. We're gonna add you as a co-host in the next stream. So we're gonna like sit like the TV, like the news hosts, and we're just gonna argue with each other and shit.
That'll be a fun time.
And friendly reminder: use tablet. Being able to disable that shit is good, because when I'm doing like a hard surface stuff, if I have use tablet on. Depending on the pressure, it's too organic-y. So, but if I disable it, and we can crank up lazy radius to something like 5, I can go in and start doing, and we'll activate lazy snap. And what this will do is that it should continue. So I can continue from where my mouse left off. And yeah, basically just comes down to going in and as stupid as this is, just using a standard brush. Obviously you can use like a custom ones like I don't like this is not my primary work machine, but if you have like a Mach cut, I think it's called MAH cut. That's a good classic sort of hard surface brush, but you're not limited to just those. Like, because this is just a sketch, you can go crazy. Like if you grab something like a pinch brush and then crank up the intensity to the max, like you can do weird stuff. This one is especially useful on like stuff like corners. With lazy? Let's try that. I might be lying. No, see, if I use pinch and I just pinch the hell out of the form, you can almost use it as like sort of a creasing or beveling tool. Spent too much time on this engine thingy, so let's wrap it up.
Can you have like a thing where I can just have
If I grab big
sound
move,
from the computer, like be my microphone? So instead of me talking into my microphone, it's just the audio from my computer.
you can set that up in OBS. You just share desktop audio.
I think the way that I'm trying to do it though is a bit different. I think.
What would be unique to your situation?
I'm using virtual camera. I think that's virtual camera.
Just slowly
I guess it doesn't
go and
push
push
through
through
the
so I make
audio. I think it only captures the camera.
but
I was
I'm using
intimidated by it.
I'm only using default graphics, except for this, which is
I think it just-
this default graphic.
I think it just takes the.
Yeah,
It's good. I don't remember who I was listening to. I think it's one of the
Otherwise,
so you can
really old Gnomon lectures on originality in design. I believe by Nick
I just have it
Nick Pugh.
really weekend me, but
I hope I didn't butcher his name.
do you have experience with virtual?
Yeah, and one of the things that really resonated and stayed with me from his lecture is that he was talking about, I think, vehicle design, and it's like if you're going for originality and you can't tell where the vehicle's front and where the vehicle's butt, that's a good thing. Actually, this might have been Scott Robertson, one of the two. Both are fantastic influences.
Good question.
So this is kind of, well, obviously you can tell the directionality. This is the overall shape is nothing new, but
You don't have to do the thing.
well, let's disable symmetry.
Do you think it would be better in like Discord or just Twitch? Because if it's Twitch, it'd be easy. Thing with Discord is it's like maybe more accessible.
This is not the ship I wanted to make when I planned this event. I wanted a fighter jet, and this is a cargo jet, and I'm just disappointed in it.
You did try wanting to do Space Trucker from the 1990s Space Trucker?
Well, now that you mentioned the fantastic film from 1995, Space Truckers, it's got the guy, you know, that fantastic British actor who was the father in Game of Thrones. He was the evil, the one that got shot with a crossbow in a toilet. Yeah, what's his name? Tyron. Well, the actor is fantastic, right? The guy who acted that role. Like, so he's in Space Truckers. Another reason to see Space Truckers. He's in it. He's got a fantastic full body makeup. It's top-notch space opera. Thank me later. Hey, we can go full-on Space Odyssey here. Why the hell not? Yeah, what's the worst thing that can happen? Stanley Kubrick is gonna... Oh no, he's not gonna do shit.
Microphone audio, not game audio.
Ooh. Yeah, a little space truck. This little space rocket. You know, now that I look at it, it's sort of dick-shaped. Oh, Freud.
Cap doesn't help.
Yeah, the Freud is gonna... It's got some bad news for me.
In and out like that also does not help.
Hmm? What?
You moving that head up and down? I'm not that. It's a spaceship.
Hey, I'm not. Are you guys anyway,
I'm not
this is,
helping
let's, so in the next part of my lecture, we're gonna talk about how to fix dick-shaped objects.
Oh, so we made it to the
Oh, so-
OnlyFans part.
Oh yeah,
After
told ya. It's all going to. If you want to see the unblurred version of my spaceship,
Yeah, there's definitely gonna need some censoring.
we'll just give it more girth.
Here, might as well keep going, right?
What?
Might as well go even more into the joke, right?
Yeah, well,
Double, triple down.
I don't know when to stop. So
Perfect. Perfect.
so yeah, just like a rectangular selection, and well, this could be something. And design-wise, now it's complete garbage because we have very rigid shapes and very curvy shapes, and it's just sort of, it's just sort of terrible. But I like this shape in the middle. Yeah, let's fix the phallicness of this.
No, don't do it.
Yeah. Think about it going.
You're good, like, you got a ride, or are you walking, or what?
Bus.
You're fine walking to the bus stop? You're good?
Yeah.
Hey, nice meeting you, man.
You too. Look forward to doing this again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have.
No, actually, this belongs to Mark.
Yes.
Leave it there.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Cintiq every time, so if you wanna come check it out next time. Okay, and then when you completely fuck up your design, there's always well, it's I told you there's gonna be happy accidents and there's gonna be regular accidents. So what we can do is we can just look, hide the boo-boo. It's the thing that we don't like, we just hide it and then we delete it and it's gone forever out of our lives.
I have my thing on,
And then we just, back to, wait a second. Has this always looked like this? Oh, yeah. I kind of like this. It's ugly. Okay, is it less? Yeah, it's less. It's just a very short penis now. Okay, then I mesh it.
See you guys.
See you, man. And that's the beauty of Dynamesh. And trim dynamic to fix the rest. I think I'm gonna call it done soon, and I'm just gonna go play with clay using clay machine. No, clay box. Clay station. God damn it! I ruined it. Gotta practice my marketing skills. Clay machine, clay box, clay station, clay box 360. Because you can access it from every angle. I know. Alright, so, here's the rough spaceshipy thing. Check out these brushes, these techniques. Let me know in the comments below if you like it or if you have any questions. But next steps, typically I would just go in with the standard brush and just using shift to constrain it. Sometimes I can't constrain it because I'm using this stupid device and my fingers don't bend this way. I need to get like a little keyboard that's portable and nice.
So that bought.
Fancy. But even just a standard brush, you can see like you can build up kind of like these overlapping forms. Sort of cut out. And then it creates an illusion that there's overlapping shapes one on top of another. And because it's just all a sketch, and if you use smooth stronger, you can like really just blur the fuck out of it and remove any detail you add. Oops. And it's just fun to kind of add or subtract form. Inflate also is great for stuff like this. You just gotta crank it the hell up and use lazy mouse, and then you can build like these kind of extruded forms. Now it starts to look like, if I ignore the rest, like obviously like I didn't even touch this part, so there's a lot of issues there. In fact, we can quickly fix it with just a little bit of clipping. And you know, you always want to get rid of the straight lines, so if this is too straight and not you know, sci-fi enough, we can dynamesh and just do stuff like this. And then here I can't clip this part off, so the easiest would be just select, scale, move. Dynamesh. Boop. And mirror and weld, because oops, because my mirror wasn't on. Not bad little sketch. It's not clean or fully resolved by no means, but it's a good starting point just to sort of ideate something. You can always sketch on top. One last trick. Like you can even sketch right inside of ZBrush, sort of do like more of a traditional 2D artist approach. So if I just go to append a Z-sphere and click on it, and then just go Z-sketch, edit Z-sketch, it goes into this mode where you can just sort of draw little spheres. And if I make the brush smaller and enable lazy mouse, maybe not as big of a radius, and we'll enable the X symmetry. So if I draw something with black lines, actually, well, like there's like, because I have too many subtools, I don't want to fill them all with color. But what you can do is you can just sort of start planning your shapes like lazy. There was spacing for this. I don't remember. Maybe I'll just use lazy and reduce the radius to 1. Yeah, this is not bad. So you can sort of quickly like just add line work if this is more your thing, if you don't want to affect the surface right or like with a standard brush. And the beauty of this is that you can make the brush bigger. You can sort of very quickly add sort of a spherical forms like this. And they sort of create that specific look. Maybe we want some weapons. It creates that certain look, like very rounded one, but because it's so fast and you can sort of sketch very quickly. So there's a payback or drawback or payoff. And with this thing you can
I'm using the software, like it's not built into the phone.
probably not the best, but
Video through Wi-Fi to my computer, and then I'm just
yeah, so if you do something like this,
program on my computer. That's how.
and then you can switch to move
The nice thing about it
and
is
move it around,
if I need to put it like up there, I can put it up there, and then
sort of create that kind of a cable
you'll see like everything.
connection,
Just like
which is a nice quick way to,
this specific
you know,
that has to be connected to my computer.
block something out.
Then I just plug this in, you know.
And I think this is it, guys. It's 7:23, probably just over an hour, right?
People that can't come.
Hmm? Yeah, we'll call it a day. I gotta rest my old eyes.
What pro is there for streaming on this?
But we made a thing that resembles a spaceship. So I think mission accomplished. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe and do the things and press the bell and do the thing, and see you the next time. Bye bye.
The difference is.
And now I'm gonna be looking for that stop stream button for the next half an hour. God, no, where are you? Yeah, just unplug everything. Like pull the lever and